We're going to turn now to the economy and the race for the White House. The nation's unemployment rate dropped to 7.8% in September, bringing it below 8% for the first time in more than 3.5 years. As for jobs, 114,000 were created last month, while the numbers from July and August were revised higher by 86,000. So with just 31 days to go before the election, what impact will this have on the race? It's your voice, your vote, and our David Kerley is in Orlando, Florida with the latest. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Bianna. Mitt Romney is here in Florida, this battleground state, and he comes to Florida without one of his most potent weapons because that jobs report erased the claim that the unemployment rate has been above 8% for nearly 4 years. That change completely altered the political landscape and narrative of the past week. In Virginia, there was no public high-fiving, but the jobs numbers were cheered by supporters of the president.
The unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest level since I took office.
Also in Virginia, Mitt Romney's post-debate momentum ran smack right into those breakthrough numbers.
More and more people have just stopped looking for work.
So Romney tried to spin the unemployment rate.
The truth is, if the same share of people were participating in the workforce today is on the day the president got elected, why our unemployment rate would be around 11%.
Hello, George Mason!
The president who spoke before Romney saw that charge coming.
Today's news certainly is not an excuse to try to talk down the economy to score a few political points. It's a reminder that this country has come too far to turn back now.
But there was more when the former CEO of General Electric took to Twitter and then the airwaves, suggesting the Obama campaign cooked the numbers.
I don't know what the right number is, but I'll tell you, these numbers don't smell right when you think about where the economy is right now.
Many experts laughed off the charge, but the labor secretary, whose department compiles the monthly report, was not laughing.
You know, I'm insulted when I hear that. It's really ludicrous to hear that kind of statement.
Now, we know that here in Florida, along with Mitt Romney, is Rob Portman, who plays President Obama in debate preparation. They'll be doing a bit of that today before an event later tonight. The president has nothing on his schedule. We don't know what he's doing. No guidance on whether he's preparing for the next debate. As for that last debate, Dan and Bianna, some Democrats are saying, what debate after the jobs report?
All right, David. And for more on the political impact of these new numbers, we're joined by John Avlon, senior columnist with Newsweek and the Daily Beast. Great to see you, John.
Great to see you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
So these allegations that the numbers were somehow cooked are pretty shocking and dangerous, especially coming from somebody as prominent as Jack Welch. What does this say about the level of partisanship in this country?
It says that the overheated hyper-partisanship in the country starts to rot people's brains. I mean, you know, the conspiracy theories that get mainstream credibility are just nuts. I mean, we need a good name for this. I nominate job nutters or nut jobbers. But this really is ridiculous. Look, this is first things first. This is good news for the country, and yes, it benefits the president because it adds to an argument. It takes away the argument that unemployment rate's been over 8%. But it's a positive sign for the country, and frankly, you know, it does give the president a boost in the wake of a terrible debate performance. But bottom line, it's a sign that the trend is moving away from the depths we've dealt with.
Well, let me pick up on that. You know, You heard David Kerley saying that some Democrats this morning are saying, what debate? How much of a boost does it really give the president, given the lackluster nature of his performance the other night?
It doesn't give the president a do-over. He still had a lousy first debate, and that hurts. It hurts. Now, it's not determinative. Ultimately, if the economy's issue number one, this is a boost. It helps change the topic, but it doesn't erase that first debate. The president's still got to have a great performance in the second, and so does Joe Biden against Paul Ryan this coming week in Kentucky.
And it's all about the undecided voters right now. We have one more jobs report after this one. And let's assume that the economy remains sort of tepid and growing slowly. How much does a small drop in the unemployment rate really affect on undecided voters?
No, I do think it's a psychological barrier, breaking below 8%. And the issue is less the actual number than the trend. And the fact is that we are moving in the right direction. Not as fast as some folks would like, but it gives reason for hope. So again, this is a statistical talisman. It tells people that things are moving in the right direction, but the actual number doesn't have any magical properties.
You talked about the vice presidential debate that's coming up this Thursday. Is that likely to have any impact on the trajectory of this race?
Sure, it can have some. I mean, I think if Paul Ryan wins this debate, that gives the Romney camp a really strong argument. You know, Mitt Romney trying to move back towards the center, something successful candidates ultimately do. I think there are going to be a lot of fireworks. You got a lot, real policy wonk in Paul Ryan. You got Joe Biden, who's sort of everyone's uncle, for better or worse.
I don't know what he's going to say.
You know, who knows what he'll say. So, but yeah, you know, people should be watching. This is all part of the great debate we're having as a country, and every little bit matters. 30 days away.
All right, John, our thanks to you.
Thanks,
and ABC News will have live coverage of the vice presidential debate on Thursday at 9 p.m. with Diane Sawyer and George Stephanopoulos.